Hi everyone, we are back with another war video today, and this is War 7. We're going up against the Alliance MSKTT, I think Mass Titans. We got a decent sized war today, 7 fights total. Yeah, mostly going to be Mojo, 5 Mojo fights, 2 J. Jonah Jameson fights. First up we got and a White Magneto fight, so 4 Mojo fights. First up we got White Magneto here versus Kingpin. Placed our own white mags pre-fight, and yeah, this fight's going to be painful. I'm running half suicides. I didn't want to run full suicides just because I thought the fight was going to be super long, so I didn't want to have to deal with the poison just taking off like 30% of my health. But maybe I should have, because yeah, this fight is super slow. I haven't taken this fight in a long time. I assigned it a bunch for Loki, of course, but not taking it myself. So yeah, I forgot how painful this is. But yeah, this fight, no specials, because that'll apply debuffs, which he could then shrug, and then he gets the damage reflection, and we don't want that. He does trigger damage reflection at some point during this fight from just clearing his rage stacks. Should be soonish, I think. And then we just want to bait special ones, of course, only. And because he has increased combat power rate, or he gains power faster, we have to bait even more specials. So yeah. Super fun fight. And then he really didn't want to throw this special one, which was also just dragging us out. So there comes the damage reflection. I forgot the relic actually damage reflected it back to you. So that was a mistake. But yeah, now the damage reflection's gone. And we should be able to close out the fight before it comes back. So, again, just hitting him away. Bait out some specials. If he'll throw them ever. Hit him some more. And we're just going to go for the kill here. He dies. Yay! So yeah, that's a super slow fight. It's miserable, but we didn't die. And I mean, yeah, it's super free with White Magneto, so it's a good assignment. Just if you need a White Mags out there, he can take a fight, and you know, get you 3 pre-fights out there. Next, we got Mojo versus Vision here. I was a bit nervous about this fight just because I wasn't sure how strong the power gain was going to be. I run a combat regen here, and the reason for that is I wanted the splash debuff that you get from tactic up right away, just to control his power rate a bit more. And then the invul, if he goes red, you know, it doesn't help that much, because obviously we'll be able to tank the hit, but it'll still apply cold snap, will just start taking me down. So yeah, otherwise this fight's pretty standard. Get to our 5 charges, our 5 prompts complete, and then start throwing specials. So that's our goal here. There, I heavied, but I'm just going to hit him now and bait a special one to get our last charge. We got our Fury up. We're going to start launching these special 2s. So I think it just takes 2. And that's kind of it here. Again, doing a good job managing our spacing so we don't get the armor break on us, which applies the cold snap, because we just don't want to take a bunch of damage. We really just need one more prompt complete, punish this, special 2, and that's the fight. Now we get all the crits, of course, on the special 2. So down he goes. Very easy. Easy fight for Mojo. Alright, our next fight is going to be Mojo versus Thanos. I feel like this one goes kind of slow for some reason. So that's me just checking to make sure we're healed all the way. We are. I just opted for the combat regen. That was still rolling. This fight should be it should be really easy. Only thing you got to watch out for really is the falter. And then just got to go for an intercept before your specials if you can. But he kind of just kills himself also from, you know, he throws his special ones. They apply debuffs, or apply buffs, which we reduce the duration of, and then he dies from that. So yeah. Here we get beta special. So we're going to push him, bait this guy. He throws it. We're going to go for a light intercept. We hit it. Now we just need to complete our prompt. We get end of buff. He throws it. End it. And throw our special 3. Right before the node buff, our Fury expires. So we get this off, which is good. Push him to his first protection threshold. Here we're going to bait this special 1 and then go for a light intercept. 2. Intercept. We hit it. Throw our special 2. Again, because of the protection, it pushes him right to 50%. Then we have to kind of wait for that. But the degens are still going. Well, their power damage is reduced at the beginning. We hit an intercept again. This one I should have held. So that one's on me because the protection was up. So if I held that, this would have killed him a little bit faster. I mean, not way faster. We saved like 8 seconds, maybe. So yeah, that's the fight. Again, felt a bit slow. I feel like usually I'm closer to a minute 5, minute 10. So yeah, not a big deal though. We weren't tight on time or anything with this alliance. And then next up, we got our first J. Jonah Jameson fight. Originally, I was assigned Zemo. I asked for 2 fights, this fight and a mini later, and I asked if I could use J. Jonah Jameson instead. Mainly just because I think he would have been faster for both fights, especially the fight later. This one I knew he was going to be way faster for. We started with the PS1 just so we can start to get the damage rolling right away and get the splash up, which we do. And then, yeah, we have the easy access to slow as long as we complete our prompts. So there's no danger of him evading, which is the critical part. Here we get super annoying RNG. I'm trying to hit a reparry. He is just super, wants to do 1 medium and then special 2, or 1 medium and then heavy. So I couldn't get the reparry, so I have to wait for the next prompt to come around. And now I can't intercept him. We're going to throw a medium here, get our slow back up. Bait this. We're going to do the camera. Hit him, use the falter for an intercept, and then we're going to throw the special 2. I think this kills, actually, or it gets really close. Really close, and we relic. And that's the fight. So yeah, super quick with J. Jonah Jameson, 51 seconds. And again, if we didn't have to bait the stupid parry, try and get a parry for 8 seconds, we could have been closer to like 40, 45 seconds. So yeah, really happy with how that fight went. Next up, we got the Stark Phoenix on node 45. This is the next day because was I holding people up? I think yes, I was placing a White Magneto for someone, so I was holding people up. So they cleared in the morning, and then I cleared these last 3 fights in the morning for myself. Dark Phoenix here though should be pretty standard. We got a White Magneto, complete 3 prompts. We get throw a special attack, which I definitely don't want, so we've changed that immediately. And then we're just going to wait around. I always opt for a PS1 with Mojo. Not with Mojo. I opt for a PS1 when I fight Dark Phoenix. And usually Thanos. So I just think it's easier to get the damage going. Here, though, we get a first special out. We get hold block. We're going to do that. Dex into our special 2. This is going to basically kill. And then I block drops for some reason there. That was obviously not on purpose. I feel like that was a dropped input because I definitely didn't drop block. So yeah, that was annoying, and it's going to cost us potions, which is also annoying, but obviously not the end of the world. We heal back up for the Sentinel here. Again, we're going to take this with Mojo. We did this earlier in the season. We didn't time it great last time. When he gets his armor ups, so our goal is to do that correctly this time. We are running it invul just in case, of course, we do push him red, because it would be dumb to not do that. But otherwise, this fight's pretty standard Mojo fight. I don't want to hit him too much. Just complete our prompts, get it to our special 2, throw it. Here comes the first one. Good damage coming out. We want to bait this special 1 if he throws it. He waits, but it works out well to complete our prompt. We're going to hit him a decent amount just to get our relic. So I am trying to get to completing my relic. So we're going to do that here. We're going to hold block. We're going to throw our special 2 here. And based on the damage out, this should not push him to his armors. So I'm aware of that and know that's going to be the case. So now we're kind of set up in a spot where we kind of just want to get... originally I was planning to try and hit him to the 2 bars of power, but instead I do this. So this is going to push him down. We're going to relic right away, and then we're going to throw our special immediately after into his block, because I knew that special 2 was going to kill. I just needed to basically prevent him from throwing a special 3. So that's kind of why I went for it there at the end. Throw the special 2. It's going to push him below 2 bars of power. Launch the relic. With our power backs, I knew I was going to at least get to 1 bar of power. And with the armors coming from the armor buffs expiring, we were going to get a bunch of power from that. So I knew we were going to get another bar of power at least. So threw the relic, or killed him with a special 2, basically, or pushed him to below 20%. Armor's trigger. He's going to go red. We launch our relic into his block. We launch our special 2 into his block. He dies. So kind of went exactly how I hoped it would. So yeah, really happy with that fight. And then last up, we got the fight I was probably the most worried for. Yeah, definitely this was the fight I was the most worried for. We got J. Jonah Jameson versus Sandman. This was the main reason I wanted to switch from Zemo to J. Jonah Jameson. Shout out Vac. He showed me, or sent me a fight of him doing this, which was quite quick. So that was what made me confident to make this swap. Zemo is like, I think the fastest I saw was 2.5 minutes. Yeah, otherwise it's just slow. This one should be much, much faster. As you can see, good damage out the gate. We get him near 25% down already in the first 30 seconds. Again, opted for a power start 1. One of the main things I did here while doing my duels is that I noticed that throwing your special 2s with the Fury up is good, and it's definitely ideal, obviously. But the more critical thing is throwing your specials without a ton of debuffs on you. Obviously, Sandman applies a bunch of debuffs, and this person, I'm sure, is running Inequity. If they're not, they should be. So throwing that special with all the debuffs on you really reduces your damage. So I think that's the most important thing. That was my one mistake this fight. But yeah. So that's one of my main goals, is to make sure I do not have a bunch of debuffs on me when I throw my specials, whether it's special 1 or special 2. Doesn't really matter. Again, ideally, we got the Fury up from the camera as well, but sometimes that just doesn't work out. But yeah, doing a good job maintaining our prompts. Here, I was hoping this would kill, but it doesn't quite get the job done. I think we just got like bad RNG, but it's fine. We're going to want to complete our next prompt right away because the slow is coming, but we see it. Here we're going to use our camera. Use this for our opening. The one positive of all the debuffs on you is you do get a good amount of healing, which is nice. Here, I kind of just dragged this fight out for no reason. Yeah. Bait this guy. We're going to hit him a bit. Here, we're going to use the camera. Wait for some of the debuffs on us to expire. We know the special one's definitely going to kill, and we launch that, and that's the fight. So just under 2 minutes. Again, that fight's going to be slow no matter what right now, because you kind of need to use tactic. Well, I mean, you don't really have to use tactic, but it's just nice to. So yeah, sub 2, really happy with that. That was equal ranking, rank 4 versus rank 4. I think it was Ascended 1 Sandman. But yeah, overall happy with how all my fights went. Much better than this current war. I play super sloppy this current war. So, yes, not ideal. But let me jump to the score now. And here's the final score. We did, unfortunately, lose this war. Yeah, which sucked. We had a disconnect, which obviously, if we didn't have the disconnect, we tie, and then we went on time. But we had 2 deaths that were preventable. Yeah, just some errors in those deaths, obviously, and that kind of cost us this war. So it puts us in I mean, we're still in the driver's seat for War Champ, don't get me wrong, but it puts extra pressure to play clean and well the rest of the season. It'll basically come down to attack bonus at this stage, as it's currently, if we win out, of course. We have to win out. That's important. But right now it'll come down to attack bonus because no one's undefeated. So there's several alliances with one loss. So attack bonus will be the way you can win or how to win War Champ right now. Again, unless people lose again. So yeah. But I mean, we want to play clean anyway, so it doesn't really change how we approach our wars, just a little bit of extra added pressure. So yeah, that is going to do it for this war video though. Thank you for watching.